Welcome back to another episode of Lady Justice Talks, where curiosity meets law. My name is Chantel, and I will be your host for today's podcast. And today we have such a beautiful guest here to join us. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Samantha Glass.
Awesome. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. I'm so glad you are here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. It's so cold outside, so I'm glad that your truck was okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. So before we begin, can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself and your journey into law?
Perfect. So I've actually been involved with law for almost 15 years. So I've actually been practicing as a paralegal this whole entire time. But I always knew I wanted more. I just wasn't sure if that journey should have ended up where it is right. Well, it's not ended up, but should have gone to where it is now, which is I'm in law school at this point.
Okay.
So my past really has to do with the fact that I wasn't in law. I was in construction. I was training to be a wrestler.
Whoa.
Right?
Damn, you're doing everything here.
Absolutely. Because I wasn't sure. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I had to try different things until I could figure out where I would land. And my mom made this suggestion to me. She said, you like to argue, so you might as well try going into law.
I feel like that's a common thing that people say. Like, if you're able to argue, you should, like, make a career out of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it worked for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I went to Seneca College to study the paralegal program at Newnham campus, and did the night school program for 3 years. And once I finished, I opened up my own practice, and now I have a full-service paralegal firm with 6 paralegals in it.
Awesome.
And I'm currently in law school in Osgood doing my double LLM so that I can practice here.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. So I heard you have a very big passion about entertainment law.
Absolutely.
What originally inspired you to pursue a career or pursue entertainment law?
So it stems from my training in wrestling, actually. So when I was training, I had this massive dream of being in the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh my gosh.
I just was obsessed with wrestling. I still love it. It is part of my life as a fan. And I also assist some wrestling companies and the wrestlers with like their everyday needs.
That's so cool.
So I was trying to take what I loved from the past and have it involved with my present, which is law. And so entertainment law kind of came from that. And also music. I love music. My son, he's a teenager, but he mixes music for various artists. And I'm just like, how can I help him and help who he works with, but also be involved in music and wrestling? So this is kind of where it comes from, is just the passion from the past, right? I'm one of those crazy fans, but I also understand the business side of it. And I understand what musicians and wrestlers go through behind the scenes.
Right.
So,
that's so interesting.
yeah.
I didn't even think like combining your past experiences to your present career. That's so cool. Can I just ask, who's your favorite WWE wrestler?
So it's Kurt Angle from the past.
Okay.
I think that's kind of what inspired me, because I actually got to meet him and talk to him about what I was doing.
Oh, really?
So that
Okay.
I've met him multiple times. He's amazing. And then obviously Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus is awesome.
Guys, I might be not as educated in WWE than I thought I was. Okay, Trish Stratus. That's so cool.
She's here. She's a local, and she's just amazing. And she's an amazing businesswoman, really. Like, not just a wrestler, but she's done other things as well. And she's very inspiring to me. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love how we just, okay. Like, I didn't think that we would talk about WWE in this podcast. Okay. That's so cool. So for listeners who are unfamiliar with entertainment law, because I know that the focus in law is normally like criminal, corporate, those like big ones. Yeah. Could you please describe what entertainment law is in general, and also describe what a typical entertainment law case looks like?
Well, so from my level, so I'm doing entertainment law almost as a paralegal, really.
Okay.
But I'll talk about how that would look like as a lawyer. So I guess people have this vision that it's glitz and glamour, because it's entertainment. But
It's in the name.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's really the type of client that you're serving. So you're serving an entertainment client, which has different needs, I think, than a regular client. It really encompasses the areas you're talking about. Business law, could be wills and estates, contracts, IP law. It really takes all of those sections and it puts it under one umbrella to service that type of client.
Right.
So it's not, I guess I'm trying to demystify what it really is, because I don't think that it's its own category per se. It's just really the client you're serving.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I think of entertainment law, I was like, oh, you're going to talk to Bruno Mars all the time or something.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be, hey, that paycheck would look pretty nice.
But think of it like this. If I was representing Bruno Mars and there is a separate person who's taking elements of his songs or what we call likeness rights and using them, that's where entertainment comes in. You're trying to protect the person, their persona, and what they've done and what they've created as an artist, right? It's their reputation. So instead of allowing people to just copy it without permission, this is copyright, it's IP law, that we're protecting those rights for that individual. So that's kind of more really where I can see a lot of issues happening. And from what I've seen being involved with various organizations, that's what we're looking at here.
I see. So it's more like you're just practicing law, but your client is like in entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Thank you so much for clearing that up.
Absolutely.
Wow. Now, the fact that I didn't know that, that's
I don't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
Like, it is the common question amongst students and even other lawyers and paralegals is, what actually is this?
Yeah.
Right. So it's a question, I think, that at every event that I do with the OBA under the entertainment section, that's one of the questions that's always asked. What is this? Because they don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I don't think you're alone here.
I feel more appreciated.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're streaming this today. We're in a digital era when it comes to media. So many, we rely on streaming platforms, social media influencers, and now even this introduction of AI media.
Oh, yeah.
What are some challenges that are that entertainment professionals and entertainment law practitioners are facing today?
Well, AI, absolutely. The fact that you can use an application like Suno or other applications to basically type in some prompts, and AI will take songs that they may not hold a license for to create something that is new per se, right? So there's this big issue right now that there really isn't legislation surrounding how to deal with this. There is a Copyright Act that is used to try to combat against AI, but there isn't legislation. But there are many cases out there right now where we're hoping to see some change as to how do we actually deal with this, because who owns the song once it's put through AI? Is it the company? Is it the platform itself? Is it the person who put the prompt in? Or what about the original person who created the song?
Yeah.
Right? So you have this issue where it's not clear yet. And that's why the courts will hopefully guide us on what to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest issue right now.
Especially because there isn't a specific human that's creating it. It's genuinely it's a technology. It's really interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know recently I heard that there is going to be some sort of licensing rights where the platforms can can ask for licensing on specific songs, but it's not clear as to how that looks yet, right?
And I do know that in a lot of AI videos, you can put other people's face in it.
Oh, yeah.
Does that create some sort of difficulty in practicing law?
Yes, because you have to be able to. How do you know if you have to be able to understand if it's real or not? How do you know if this is the original person? There's a lot of information that you have to learn to understand. Basically, is it real? Is it not? You have to look at the information behind the video. So there's a lot that I can't answer because it's just something that's so new that we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But they're working on it. I know that.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, we need some legislation. The AI has developed so rapidly.
Right.
AI
I'm watching
creation.
this closely, and I think a lot. I think everybody is. We're trying to figure out what what are the courts doing even in Europe and the US? They are well ahead, and there has been cases that have gone before the courts. I know there are cases here as well where hopefully we get some definitive answers.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Canada, let's go, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with your experience working in the entertainment law industry, are there unique challenges that women face in the industry?
So I can speak about it from the perspective of a student and a paralegal, because I'm not an entertainment law lawyer. That's the goal.
Right.
But just in speaking with others, I mean, the biggest issue that I see is trying to get into this field, right? How do you practice in a field that it's a small industry? Like when I say that, there is not many entertainment law lawyers.
Right.
So how do you get into it? And what I've tried to do is volunteer in many spaces where I can actually learn about the business side of it, so I can be better equipped to serve musicians or wrestlers or artists in whatever way. So I think the challenge for a student is figuring that out, but there are resources that you could go to. The OBA, Ontario Bar Association, they have a section that is for entertainment law, and there are clinics, legal clinics that you can volunteer for that will open your eyes and provide you information as to how to work in this field.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad that there's like a lot of more like opportunities about such I would say a niche sector of law.
Absolutely. It's really about understanding what that type of client needs, right? And the only way to do that is to be around those types of clients, right?
Yeah, you're right. So I did hear that you did your studies in United Kingdom or
Yes.
UK.
Yes.
Were there something like certain skills or key takeaways that you got in your studies in the UK that were particularly valuable or surprising as you practice in Canada?
So my degree from the UK really assisted me as a paralegal. So I actually am a litigator. I go to court.
Right.
I found it really helped me to see things differently. Like the paralegal program is an amazing program. It did equip me with the basic competencies, but law school took it to a different level in relation to really deep dive analysis into legal issues and picking it apart and really understanding cases more thoroughly, because that's what you're tested on. And then bringing back, and it was a lot. I'm going to say the UK degree was very hard, but it's helped me here. So now being a student in Osgood, I can take that skill set and apply it here. And I still find it challenging, but I've done it already for 3 years that I think it's helped me for sure. Like law is not simple at all. It takes time.
Of course not, yeah.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
And I find even, and we're going to talk about this, I know about students and all of that, but you're taking it to a different level, right? Like as a paralegal, I can't go before the Supreme Court of Canada, but I'm analyzing Supreme Court of Canada decisions and understanding how to do that. So eventually I could do it. But I found it really good. I found it an amazing world. When I graduated, I got to go to the UK and be with the dean and some of my professors and other students. And it just they're welcoming, and they even going through my degree here, they want you to continue to be in touch with them.
That's so
and
sweet.
you know, you're part of their community. So I don't know if I'm allowed to shout out the university.
Go ahead.
University
go
of
ahead.
London, great
Shout
university. It was amazing. And I know it's a different world doing an undergrad here as opposed to the UK. But just speaking to my friends who are doing it here, we have different challenges.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
sure.
Different challenges, but very rewarding.
I'm sure. Can you like expand on like the different challenges?
Yeah,
you
so I
face?
did an external degree. So
Right.
my external degree, I had to study here. I didn't actually get to go to the University of London and sit in a classroom.
I see.
I didn't have a professor that I didn't have lectures, right? So what it would be is, here's a module guide for the course, and here's some recordings, and you could pay for seminars and then speak to the professor, but you didn't get to sit in a traditional classroom. So I felt it was very isolating at times because you were doing it from home and you were doing it on your own. But I know that with that, it forces you to really deep dive into it. Like you don't have a choice. in order
Yeah.
to succeed. Whereas here, you get to go into a classroom. You have your professor. You can raise your hand. It's so different.
Yeah, and you have your peers. I feel like the
Right.
peers part is pretty.
The peer, yes, because unless you knew that there was others taking it with you could create a group.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, like I said,
Kinda on your
it's
own.
isolating. It's isolating, and people, I hate to say it, like you feel like you want to give up.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you can push yourself to do it, it really is like when I got my degree, I was like, oh my god, I can't even believe this is real. Like somebody pinched me, I didn't even believe it.
You
But
did
going
it.
there and graduating and going on stage, and I was Princess Anne. I got to bow to Princess Anne. It was just unreal. I can't believe it happened. Thank God there's a video on YouTube.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so you can relive it.
I'm
Make
like,
sure
that
that it
was me.
happened.
Yeah,
that was me,
exactly.
right? That wasn't like my clone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
so
yeah,
funny.
it's a different world. It's a different world, but if it's something that people want to do, I would encourage them to do it.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's so. Thank you so
absolutely.
much. Yeah, I think that a lot of people are actually going into like who want to go into law. They're in Canada. They're thinking about the UK and like.
I
the
think so
programs
because there isn't a part-time school here, right? The law school
Right.
here is full-time. It is you have to do an LSAT. There's no LSAT in the UK.
Right,
You could do it
yeah.
part-time. You could do it on your own time. But then when you bring it back here, you have to go through the NCA process.
I've heard.
Right,
Yes.
and then you have to do, because you were not sitting in a classroom, you likely will you'll have to do two LLMs, double masters. But even then, Osgood for the master's program, amazing program.
It is,
right,
yeah.
and it's flexible, and you could do it part time. So it allows people that have to work or have kids or whatever the situation. It
Yeah.
allows the flexibility. So the journey, even though it's a longer journey, I can still do what everybody else is doing, just in a different way.
Yeah, it's way more accessible to people who have other responsibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure. So yeah, touching base on your practice as a paralegal, I do know paralegals so much administrative work.
Yes.
So how do you stay focused? How do you stay motivated when you're like doing all of these tasks?
So for me, it's all passion. Right. So the clients I work with as a paralegal, I'm doing human rights, some small claims. I'm doing criminal and POA. So I'm very general because I got to learn each one of them and practice that in them over my 15 years. So to stay focused is really to remember why I became a paralegal to begin with, and it's passion. It's righting a wrong. So I have clients that have faced severe discrimination, and because I can understand that and relate to that, it happened to me, I just, that passion, that fire is what gets me to continue to push, right? And try to right a wrong for my clients. So really that's what it is. Whether it's as simple as a traffic ticket to as complicated when it comes to an employment law matter where the employee has discriminated against a client, the passion is there. And if
Yeah.
it's something I'm not passionate about, I just don't do it. Right? So it's
Really?
happened to me. Like I entered into the field of law as a paralegal to do landlord and tenant.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
done it for a very long time. And I actually just got elected as the president of the Landlord Self-Help Center.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. But with that, I'm happy because I can assist a center, and we're funded by legal aid, so I can assist
Beautiful.
a center to advocate for change. And I like that. I don't necessarily know that I still like to go before the landlord and tenant board because it's a preference, not because I don't know it or don't understand it. I just don't. I prefer not to.
Yeah.
But I can still help people there. So if it's something that is really, really, really bad, then I'll step up and do it because of passion.
Yeah. You
Right.
got
But
that passion.
I guess my suggestion for those watching is that you have to do what you love. And if you don't do what you love, then you might not want to do it anymore. And you might
Yeah.
not want to continue with law. So don't I tell my students, if people come to your door and they're like knocking, hey, I want to help with a traffic ticket, you're like, do you take it because it's money, or
Yeah.
and not love what you do, or say, look, I can't do it, but let me refer you to somebody who can. And I think people have to be willing to give it away and know that something that they enjoy will come their way.
Yeah, exactly. I think like if you're not passionate about it, you're just gonna get burnt out, and like this like drive for money can be a little bit like you'll end up being a little bit tired at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. You'll burn yourself out if you just take things that you just don't enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like focusing more on your work as a paralegal, do you ever think that paralegal work is undervalued in the legal sector?
Absolutely.
Do you want to touch base on that?
Yes. So I think we've been around for quite some time now, and I find that both the public and lawyers, even some paralegals, actually don't know what we do.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem. So I think many people think that we are law clerks and we work under the supervision of a lawyer, and that's just not true.
Right.
It's not true. We can do many things in law. Like we can have our own firms like I do. You can work for clinics. You can represent in over 800 boards, tribunals, or commissions in Ontario. There are 800. Like, I think people don't know that. They think that we only do human rights, landlord and tenant. I don't even know what else the tops are, but small claims, traffic tickets, minor criminal, but we can do so much more, so much more. So I don't think the public understands that. And so with that, I created a not-for-profit called the York Region Paralegal Network that promotes the profession to the public in York.
Okay.
Right? And so what we'll do is we go out to different community groups and we speak about topics that would be helpful to them. And also to educate people as to what a paralegal is.
Yeah.
Right? Not to get rid of our friends, lawyers, because
they're important.
We work together.
Yeah.
Right? If there's a criminal matter that comes our way that we can't do, we refer to the lawyer. And the lawyers will refer matters to us that we can do.
Yeah.
So understanding that there's this friendship, it's not a war between the two, and how we can work together is in a positive way is very, very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot that people still don't understand or know. And again, paralegals, some of us don't even know what we can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So we need to demystify what a paralegal is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, like just understanding we can go to court and represent. And things that we can't do, like family law, there's a new license for family law that's in limited scope. But I mean, again, that has to be clarified to the public because they don't know that. They think we can just do everything.
Yeah, like all hands on deck. If you're paralegal, you have to do every single
right.
sector.
So understanding that. So I think it's something that honestly I could talk about for hours because there's just so much we could do. But I don't think we have enough time to do that.
Gosh,
here.
unfortunately, 4:45. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like I think that people put such a focus on like going to law school and like that like law school really cements that you are a functioning law professional, but that's not the case. Yeah,
No.
you're practicing law.
Right.
Right. Practicing something.
I think it goes into students, paralegal students and law students. And, you know, I have a lot of students at the college that I teach where I ask them, why are you here? Or what is your, what's your passion? Or what do you want to do? And some of them say, I'm taking this because I don't know if I want to go to law school.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
So they'll take the paralegal program and they will try it out. Some of them go into practice, or some of them say, I really love this. Now I want to go to law school. So I find that it's a step, right? It's a step because once you're in law school, if you don't like it, okay, you've paid a lot of money and you're
great,
like,
guys.
yeah, let's move on and go and do something else. But I think that it is a stepping stone to decide what you'd like to do. So being a paralegal, it's a great thing, and it's a short program. In some cases, 1 year, right? So it can really make that decision. And definitely that's how it made the decision for me.
It's a good stepping stone. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I do know a lot of people who do have a paralegal license, but then decided, this is not my thing. I'm going to do something else.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's good that I think a lot of people, they see the glamour of being a lawyer and they immediately want to get into law school. But I think that it's good to have some transition stage to kind of like, not transition stage, but like kind of an introduction before you actually get into law school.
Yeah,
or
because
like
we do
practice
a lot,
paralegal.
we do a lot of what lawyers do too.
Exactly.
Right? So it really can do that. But I like what you said, like the glamour of being a lawyer. I think a lot of people feel that. Like,
lawyer. I think it's the suits.
I think it suits as well.
Yeah.
I think it suits as well. Meghan Markle, right? And I think that, if people really understood what it was, they might think twice. And I'm not trying to say don't do it. It is amazing. I love it. Like I live and breathe law. Like I think we've kind of said it. Like I teach it. I'm in school for it. I practice it.
You are law at
My
this
life
point.
is law. Yeah, like I should just change my name to law because that
law glass.
Yeah,
That's
law glass,
sick.
right? So that's what it is. So if you can find a way, whatever way that is, to try it and see if you like it, paralegal, I think, is the start. And if you just know you like it, then you just go to you try, you take your LSAT.
Yeah.
and go into
Chill.
law school.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, maybe I should go into paralegal first.
Yeah, you never know.
Possibly.
You never know.
Yeah, could be the move. Yeah. So like you said, you're teaching law as well. So, like drawing on your experience teaching in law, what do you see like students are shocked about the most as they transition from studying law to actually practicing law?
That's a great question. Oh my goodness, it's the biggest question that I always get. So it's not the same.
It isn't.
It's not the same. I think that the schools try to do a job, try to make it as realistic as possible. But the only way for you really to understand what this is to go onto a practicum or to go into articling, right? Because that's when you get articlings for the lawyers, and the practicum, paralegals have a 240-hour practicum that they have to do, right? Yeah. Because when you're learning theory's theory. Unless you're applying that theory, even applying it in the classroom, I find you can only really give a realistic understanding.
You can only go so far, yeah.
Right? So what I try to do is encourage people or students to shadow or work, like volunteer with a licensee so that they can actually have hands-on, right, experience to see what this actually is, right, from the beginning to end. Because in law school and as a paralegal student, client management, how do you talk to somebody? Like just having this conversation that we're having, it's our personality. But when you have somebody that's been abused or has been discriminated against or has trauma, how do you talk to that person, right? So they don't teach you that.
Yeah, you got to be sensitive with your language, make sure that like they feel comfortable.
Right, and there's additional courses you can take that are not part of these programs, right? How do you market yourself? How do you get a job? Right? You can only talk to somebody so much about it, but then putting them through what's actually going to occur, that's very different, right? So I try to mentor students. Like I have two students. Well, one's not a student. She was my placement student, just took her license for paralegal. And then I have a placement student as well where, I'm mentoring them. I'm giving them an everyday feel. And then I get students who call me all the time. And I'm trying to help them. Yeah, because I never had that, right? Paralegal was very different when I took it. It just became regulated. Okay. Right? Because we were not regulated by the Law Society before.
Interesting.
So when I took it, it was still called the Court and Tribunal Agent Diploma. It wasn't even called paralegal. So
oh my goodness. Okay, wow. And it's a law sector, which is so interesting. It's not like regulated.
Right. Law. Yeah. This was just when Seneca, when they got regulated. I don't know if I was the first or second group to go through the new program, but they were still trying to get their bearings on how to deal with that. And although they provided you placement, there was still a way that the school had to teach because the Law Society and the schools work together on the curriculum, right? It's all approved by the Law Society. So you may not have got that extra hands-on that you might get now. So there is a little bit of a disconnect. And I mean, I'm not going to say that the Law Society doesn't try and we're not trying. It's just something that everybody's trying to work on. To give students a more realistic perspective of what we're doing here.
I'm glad, yeah. I feel like the hands-on experience is really important because like focusing on theory, I feel like you kind of lose the human aspect of law, right? And like the connection aspect of law. I mean,
yes,
right?
I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah. So like I said, like you said, where you have a lot of teaching experience, teaching law. Has any like teaching experience, questions, or student experiences changed the way you practice law? Or in your own legal practice?
Yes. So when I first started to teach, I didn't really understand that. Well, I knew there were different types of learners, but I guess as a practitioner, your mind is set one way, like because you have to do certain things that the Law Society sets out. You have rules of conduct. You have ways that your practice has to be done. Like there's rules for everything.
Right.
But as a teacher, trying to bring that to them, bring it to students and different learning styles, it's not easy to do that.
It isn't.
So I think now, what am I, about 8 years into teaching? Yeah, almost 8 years. And now I think I have a hold of it where I can teach any learning style law, and also how you communicate with students.
Right.
Like you can't look at students and say, okay, you're just students and let me just talk at you. Because literally nobody learns anything. Maybe one, maybe two. But if you can get into a situation where you learn about the students so that you can tailor your lessons to the various people in the room, the audience, then I think that is really what's helped me, because so I'll wear different hats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, understanding that, as a teacher, I have to be one way. As a practitioner, I'm another way. And then as a student, I'm even different, like as a student myself. You really have to be a chameleon.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be, I'm a paralegal and that's it. It just doesn't work that way. Or I'm a lawyer, I'm a law school student and that's it. You really have to be able to change for different people.
Yeah, yeah. Would you say that current law teachers or law professors are adequately addressing different forms of learning?
Maybe it depends on the school and their mandate.
Yeah.
I would say I'm very lucky to have really great professors at Osgood, really great that are open to answering questions and helping you if you don't understand. And I find that my colleagues, I find that they have so much passion. To be a teacher, it is not an easy thing to do, right? And the passion behind some of the people that I've spoken with, if you don't have that, then you should question why you're there. I hate to say it. I hope it's not. Yeah. I don't want to come off negative, but you can tell the ones that really love what they're doing and are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that students are equipped, not just with the material, but also that they can use it, right?
Right.
Because anybody can pass a course, but if you can't use it in the industry, I'm calling it an industry, in the profession, what's the point of it?
That's right. And you can really see once a professor is or a teacher is not passionate about it. I feel like it really it affects how the student sees the sector. I remember I think that if you're not passionate about what you're teaching, your students are not going to be passionate about what they're learning.
Exactly. Exactly. And that spreads, right? People will talk, and you got to remember everybody talk, not just students, but judges talk, paralegals talk, lawyers. So you come in there, and it's, again, you have to look at the audience in the room. All of the rooms that I'm in are different audiences. I might have students that are second career, because I also teach in night school as well, and I teach day school. So you have second career, or the day you have younger students that maybe have just come out of high school, or they have a degree and they're trying to gauge whether they want to go to law school. So really the way that I teach will depend on who is in that room. And I teach differently to all of them, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, and definitely catering to the students is most important.
Sure.
Because it's for the students.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So for any students interested in pursuing more niche law sectors like entertainment law, is there any advice you can give to them to get their foot in the door?
Yes. So you need to think like that client. And in order to think like that type of client, you need to be in the spaces that type of client would be in. And I think that's really the biggest advice I can give, because that's what I did when I finished paralegal and what I'm doing now. So I don't just work as a paralegal, I work in at different music events or associations. I'm an event coordinator. I've been a stage manager, assistant stage manager. I've been, what do they call it? They call it a talent wrangler, where you have to bring the talent to stage. So I've done Departure Fest. I've done Mississauga Music Walk of Fame. What else have I done? I've done a lot of entertainment events other than those with CBC.
Man, you got a lot of stories to tell, I'm sure.
I do,
about that.
I do. But I think it came down to, I had to put myself into those places to understand all the things that that client needs. So that when I finish law school and I'm ready to open up to more, because I want to work internationally, open up more to those clients, I'll be better equipped to serve those clients, right? Because it's not the same as a traffic ticket client, for sure.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to, I would say that's the thing, is you have to network, but you have to be willing to volunteer time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the key. Because if you don't want to, it's just not going to be dropped in your lap, I'll be honest with you.
You have to work for it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 Interesting. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. That concludes our interview today.
Amazing.
Did you have any other insights, takeaways that you wanted to bring up that you didn't have a chance to?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would highly recommend that. Can I
yeah,
say
you can
that?
address.
Can we go on to, guys, reach out to me on LinkedIn. So there's a lot of things that I post. There are things that we haven't talked about today that I've done in my career. So I've actually been a television show host. I was telling you before the interview.
That was, oh my God, that was a shock to hear.
Yeah, for many years. And I'm also an author. So really, this career has taken me down avenues that I never thought that I would go down. I'll be honest with you. There have been many interesting things that have happened to me over my career that, again, I'm like, oh, I'll just do landlord tenant. Like I thought I was coming in just to represent landlords and tenants. And I've gone in so many other directions. And it has been an amazing career so far. Like I can't even describe it to you. But if you guys want to know more, I'm absolutely willing to share more, or check me out on LinkedIn. I post like almost every day about things I'm doing.
Beautiful. You know what? If she becomes a recurring guest, you know, they'll be surprised. Maybe you'll see her face in a couple weeks. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much to our listeners at home. We really hope that you enjoyed today's podcast. Please make sure to tune in for future episodes. Goodbye.